What was the worst heartbreak you experienced in your life? Story 1. When we had put down our second dog. The first dog, yes, it was sad and all, but she was an elderly lady and had tumors that stunk like hell if they were damaged. Though she didn't seem to be in pain. Also, she was mostly bonded to my dad. But the second dog, he was more bonded with my brother and me, and he got sick. Full of energy one day, deteriorating within days. When we brought him to the vet, and the vet told us the most humane thing would be to let him go peacefully. That broke me. Story 2. Going through life with borderline personality disorder and severe depression. During a rough time, I snapped at my then 4-year-old daughter. She looked at me, bawling, and said, "You're the reason I'm sad all the time." Everyone told me sometimes kids say things they don't mean. I still haven't forgiven myself. Story 3. I remember when I screwed up at my first real job so bad that they fired me. When I got the news, I went to bathroom and cried for the first time since I was a kid in one of the cubicles. I feel like I've always been mistake prone, and it just felt like that validated it. I've been feeling like a walking imposter syndrome since. Probably not as terribly heartbreaking as most here, but TBH, it still kinda affected me cause it was at an age where most of my peers were finding or found their feet, some even excelling early on while I was already stumbling down. Story 4. Leaving my boyfriend of 8 years even though I was still in love with him. We had a toxic relationship, and went through everything you could imagine would go wrong in a relationship. I owned up to my faults, did better for him, did everything for us, and wore myself out to just prove to him I was worthy. He wasn't nice to me and treated me horrible for years. The last 2 years together he didn't even tell me he loved me. The last year together he didn't even tell me happy birthday. I begged and pleaded for just healthy communication. He wouldn't own up to his faults or apologize for any wrongdoing of his. I made a hard decision to leave, because he couldn't be better for me or for us. 4 months later now, he's taking care of himself and working on himself, exactly what I wanted out of him while I was with him. I kind of want him back. But don't know if it will be a mistake. Even though I left him, I'm still very much heartbroken. It's the worst feeling in the world. Why couldn't he be better for me when he had me? Story 5. The loss of my husband and I's best friend. He was on his way to our house. We just parted ways at a fair 30-minute prior. We'd take a group photo, the last picture of him alive, before we left. He was gonna come hang out, drink, and most likely spend the night. Someone turned in front of him on his motorcycle. He wasn't at fault. He was doing the speed limit. He was sober. The guy turned left, cutting him off. He was going 50 and he had 125 feet to react. He was originally gonna ride with us, but last minute changed his mind and decided to ride his bike. He was going to be our best man. He was there when we got engaged. He paid for my engagement ring. My husband forgot his wallet and the store didn't take tap to pay. So he paid so my husband didn't have to come back the next day. We have his dog. We're very close with his siblings and their spouses now. He and I both have mailbox tattoos for his nickname on our arms. I've never experienced grief and pain like that before in my life. I'm honestly in a weird way proud of my husband and I's relationship for surviving us both going through that.
Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Have a story of your own? Comment it down below and perhaps you will be part of the next video.